Mayor Faulconer, thanks for joining us.
It's great to be back.
Computer modeling shows that the city of San Diego has some real vulnerabilities for wildfires, places like Scripps Ranch. With the forecast of even more wildfires because of climate change, what kind of strategy does the city have in fighting wildfires, preventing them, and managing them overall?
I'll tell you, it was a heck of a week a couple of weeks ago with all the wildfires, not the Bernardo fire here in San Diego, but throughout the region. And you're right. I mean, as we head in, it's only, at the end of May. Usually fire season doesn't kick in until, end of summer and the fall. And so the strategy is to make sure that we're being prepared. We're working on not only defensible spaces in terms of brush clearing, and we saw how important that was, but also from a prevention standpoint and making sure that our fire rescue department has the resources necessary, the staffing necessary. And I'll tell you, when you look at the Bernardo fire as an example, the fact that the crews were able to do such a great job so quickly to contain that fire, and the tremendous work that we had in coordination with CAL FIRE, but also our own assets, not only our folks on the ground, but up in the air with our helicopters that made over, I think it was 240 drops just in that first day alone. So it's all about communication, and it's all about making sure we're all working together as a region.
Governor Brown's May budget revise includes additional money for more firefighting. Yeah. Does the city of San Diego's budget include additional money for firefighting?
It does, and I was happy to put it in consultation with our police chief, Javier Maynor, who's doing a great job for the city. Not only do we put in more money for firefighter in terms of personal protective gear and equipment, that's in the May revise that I'm confident the council will support, but also additional money for brush clearing and brush management. Because we saw, for example, on one of the small fires that we had during that week in Scripps Ranch, crews did a great job of getting on it right away, but they also did a great job because some of the brush had been cleared in that area, and a very dangerous situation could have been a whole lot worse if it wasn't for some of that clearing that took place.
Business and environmental groups want you to advance a climate action plan. It includes reducing greenhouse gas emissions and encouraging more use of public transit. I understand that plan is under review right now.
It is, yeah.
Will that process be done in time to be incorporated into the 2015 budget?
We're working on it right now. It's actually out for review. I mean, the budget's already been out now, but we're actually saying all the departments, take a look at that. Take a look at the plan to make sure how's it going to work, not only for the city, but also how, for stakeholders across the city and the region. And so I'm confident that review was, and I've been pushing to make sure it gets done as quickly as possible. I've also added dollars into the budget for a sustainability program manager to making sure that we as a city have a dedicated person that's actually in charge and overseeing that, to make that a priority, and to also make sure that the city is doing everything we can and should be doing from sustainability, solar, other areas as well. So I'm optimistic. We are moving forward, and it's important.
Give me some highlights in the upcoming year's budget.
It's good to have some good revenue and highlights in terms of we're restoring library hours. That's very, very important. And I've went through some lean budget years here in the city where we weren't in that position, creating different after-school programs. Most importantly, from a public safety standpoint, and putting additional dollars in for our police officer recruitment and retention. It's very important that as the city gets back on track financially, and that was my priority, is that we put those dollars back into where we need the help the most. And of course, one of the biggest increases that we have is street repair. Every San Diegan who drives over our streets knows how important that is, not only from individual pothole repairs, doing that more efficiently and smarter, but also going through making the real repairs to the streets in terms of the asphalt overlay. It's important. The city wasn't doing a good job on that in the past, and I'm going to fix that.
I want to switch gears to the city's centennial celebration next year at Balboa Park. The city terminated its ties with a group that failed to plan the event. The city gave that group $3 million. It's getting back $250,000. Are you satisfied with that amount?
Of course not, because the money wasn't spent in terms of to give it a product that works. When I came in, I said, it's time out. Let's have an event that actually is one that we can be proud of as San Diegans, one that we can afford, but most importantly is one that focuses on the park and that focuses on our cultural institutions and our museums. So a celebration that's run by San Diegans for San Diegans. And that's what we're going to be moving forward with. Balboa Park and 100th anniversary is very important to the city. We're going to do a good quality event, but as I said, it's going to be an event that we can afford and one that we should be very proud of.
And we're going to close it there, Mayor Faulconer. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me, as always.
And our viewers can catch all of our election coverage right here on KPBS and online at kpbs.org/election. Is that what you want me to say? We're doing a promo for... Oh, okay.
I think we're just going to have to do their close again.
Okay.
And we're going to cut to Amitha then?
So do you still want me to say, Mayor Faulconer, thank you? Okay. Okay, I have to look at you and thank you again.
Very good.
It's very Hollywood.
Well, thank you again. That's all good.
Stand by.
Mayor Faulconer, thanks again for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
Our viewers can catch all of our election coverage right here on KPBS and online at kpbs.org/election.